What if I told you that the breakfast advice you've been following for decades is actually keeping you weak? Right now, 78% of American seniors over 65 are losing muscle mass at an alarming rate. Every single year after age 60, you can lose up to 8% of your muscle strength. That's why getting up from a chair feels harder. That's why your legs shake when you climb stairs. That's why balance becomes a daily struggle. For years, doctors told us the answer was simple. Eat more eggs. 3 eggs for breakfast, they said, and you'll get about 18 grams of protein. Problem solved, right? Wrong. Here's what they didn't tell you. There are at least 7 everyday foods sitting in your local grocery store right now that deliver more protein, better absorption, and faster muscle rebuilding than eggs ever could, and some of them cost half as much. In fact, one of these foods delivers a staggering 50 grams of protein in a single serving. That's nearly 3 times what you'd get from 3 eggs, and it works so efficiently that your body can actually use up to 95% of it compared to only 70% from eggs. I'm Dr. Daniel Lee, and I've spent over a decade as a practicing physician helping seniors just like you maintain their strength. In my practice, I've seen hundreds of patients struggling with muscle loss, believing it was just an inevitable part of aging. But what I've learned from the latest research and from watching my own patients transform their lives is this: muscle loss is not inevitable. Not if you know what to feed your body. Today, I'm going to share 7 specific foods that work especially well for people over 60. Each one is backed by published scientific research. Each one has helped real patients in my practice regain strength they thought was lost forever. And each one costs less than a carton of eggs. We're going to count down from number 7 to number 1, and I promise you, by the time we reach that top food, you'll understand exactly why your current protein strategy might be failing you and what you can do about it starting today. But before we dive in, I need to know something. How old are you right now, and where are you watching from? Drop your age and location in the comments below. I personally read and reply to every single comment. All right, let's get started with number 7, a protein powerhouse that most seniors walk right past in the dairy aisle, never realizing it could transform their mornings. Number 7, Greek yogurt, specifically the non-fat strained version. Now, I know what you're thinking. Doctor, I already eat yogurt. But here's what most people don't realize. Regular yogurt and Greek yogurt are completely different when it comes to building muscle after 60. Greek yogurt delivers 10.3 grams of protein per 100 grams. Compare that to a boiled egg, which gives you only 6.3 grams. That's nearly double the protein, with none of the extra fat and no cholesterol concerns. But the real magic isn't just in the numbers. It's in how Greek yogurt is made. This yogurt is strained 3 times, removing most of the liquid whey and lactose. What remains is thick, creamy, and packed with a special type of protein called casein. Why does casein matter? Because it's a slow-digesting protein. When you eat Greek yogurt, especially in the evening, it releases amino acids gradually into your bloodstream for up to 7 hours. That means your muscles are being fed and repaired while you sleep, during the time when most of your body's recovery actually happens. A 2020 study published in the journal Nutrients followed seniors for 12 weeks. Those who consumed at least 20 grams of dairy-based protein per day, like Greek yogurt, preserved 25% more muscle mass compared to those who didn't. That's real, measurable protection against the muscle loss that robs so many people of their independence. Let me tell you about Margaret, one of my patients. She's 71 years old from Tempeh, and she came to me complaining about morning stiffness. Every day, getting out of bed felt like her legs were made of concrete. She'd tried pain medication, but it only made her drowsy. I suggested one simple change. Eat half a cup of plain Greek yogurt before bed, mixed with a handful of berries. Within 3 weeks, Margaret called me, almost in tears. Her morning stiffness had decreased dramatically. She was walking to her mailbox without that heavy, achy feeling in her legs. That slow, steady protein feed had given her muscles exactly what they'd been missing for years. Now, here's how to make Greek yogurt work for you. Always choose plain, non-fat versions. Skip the ones with fruit on the bottom because they're loaded with added sugar that can actually increase inflammation. Instead, add your own fresh berries, a drizzle of honey, or a sprinkle of ground flax seeds for extra fiber and omega-3s. You can also use it as a base for savory dips, blend it into smoothies for extra creaminess, or even use it as a substitute for sour cream. The key is consistency. Just half a cup a day can make a significant difference. But if you think Greek yogurt is impressive, wait until you see number 6. This tiny seed delivers complete protein and has been shown to reduce the exact type of inflammation that's been breaking down your muscles for years. Number 6. Hemp seeds, also called hemp hearts. Now, some people hear hemp and immediately think of marijuana. Let me be clear. Hemp seeds contain 0 psychoactive compounds. They're completely legal, safe, and they're one of the most complete plant proteins available on Earth. Here's what makes them remarkable. Just 100 grams of hemp seeds provide 31 grams of complete protein. That's more than beef or chicken, and it includes all 20 amino acids, including the 9 essential ones your body cannot produce on its own. But hemp seeds have something even more valuable for seniors: the perfect balance of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, at a ratio of 3:1. This is exactly what scientists recognize as optimal for reducing inflammation. Most Western diets have ratios as high as 20:1, which fuels the chronic inflammation that weakens muscles and joints. About 65% of hemp's protein comes from a unique type called edestan. This protein is incredibly easy for your body to digest and helps create enzymes, hormones, and antibodies. For older adults whose digestive systems aren't as strong as they used to be, this matters tremendously. Let me share Robert's story. Robert is a 73-year-old retired electrician from Denver who came to see me about joint pain and muscle weakness. He'd been active his whole life, but suddenly, even his evening walks around the block left him exhausted and sore. I suggested he start sprinkling 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds on his morning oatmeal. Just 3 tablespoons give you about 10 grams of instant protein. Within 1 month, Robert reported something amazing. His joint pain had decreased noticeably, and his legs felt stronger during his walks. He wasn't reaching for furniture to steady himself anymore. The reason? Hemp seeds provide about 3 grams of omega-3 fatty acids per serving, which naturally reduces inflammation. They're also rich in magnesium, about half your daily needs in just 3 tablespoons. Magnesium is critical for muscle contraction and energy production. Many older adults are magnesium deficient without even knowing it, which leads directly to weakness and cramping. Hemp seeds also contain high levels of arginine, an amino acid that boosts nitric oxide in your blood vessels. Nitric oxide widens your arteries and improves circulation by up to 20%. Better blood flow means your muscles get more oxygen and nutrients while waste products are cleared more efficiently. How do you use them? It's simple. Hemp seeds have a mild, nutty flavor similar to pine nuts. Sprinkle them over salads, stir them into yogurt, blend them into smoothies, or just eat them plain by the handful. You can even make hemp milk, which has more protein than almond or oat milk. And because they contain natural vitamin E, they stay fresh much longer than most seeds. But as powerful as hemp seeds are, number 5 takes protein efficiency to an entirely different level. This is where we start talking about foods that don't just feed your muscles, they actually protect them from being broken down. Number 5. Cottage cheese. Cottage cheese might look simple and unassuming, but it's actually a nighttime muscle repair machine. Here's why it's on this list and why timing matters so much. 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese delivers about 25 grams of high-quality protein. But more importantly, just like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese is loaded with casein, that slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids gradually over many hours. Think of it this way. When you eat chicken or eggs, your body digests them quickly. You get a spike of amino acids for an hour or 2, and then it's done. But when you eat cottage cheese, especially before bed, those amino acids keep flowing into your muscles for up to 8 hours. Your muscles don't shut down at night. In fact, most of the actual repair and growth happens while you sleep, when your body shifts into restoration mode. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition followed older adults for 6 months. Those who consumed casein protein before bed had significantly better overnight muscle protein synthesis compared to those who didn't. In simple terms, their muscles were actively repairing and growing stronger while they slept. But cottage cheese offers even more. It's rich in calcium and phosphorus, two minerals that directly strengthen your bones and help prevent the dangerous fractures that can change your life in an instant. It also contains natural probiotics, beneficial bacteria that improve gut health and help your body absorb nutrients more efficiently from everything you eat. Let me tell you about Helen, a 72-year-old from Phoenix who used to wake up every morning with stiff, aching legs. Getting out of bed was a painful ordeal. Her doctor suggested pain medication, but Helen wanted to try something natural first. I recommended she eat just half a cup of cottage cheese as an evening snack before bed. Within 2 weeks, Helen noticed something remarkable. Her legs didn't ache as much when she woke up. Her energy lasted significantly longer throughout the day instead of crashing after lunch. That slow, steady release of protein gave her muscles exactly what they'd been missing all night long, every night, for years. The best part about cottage cheese? It requires zero cooking, stays fresh in your refrigerator for days, and costs significantly less than most meats. For seniors on fixed incomes, this is a game changer. Try mixing cottage cheese with cinnamon and sliced peaches for a naturally sweet treat. Blend it smooth for a creamy dip, or simply eat it plain with a dash of black pepper. Just half a cup. Before bed can transform how you feel the next morning. Now, if cottage cheese sounds powerful, get ready for number 4. This is where we enter superfood territory, a blue-green algae that Olympic athletes swear by and that scientists say can improve muscle endurance by up to 20%. Number 4. Spirulina. Now, spirulina might sound exotic, but it's been trusted since the days of the Aztecs, and it's still fueling elite athletes today. This blue-green algae is 60 to 70% pure protein by dry weight. Just 1 tablespoon gives you about 4 grams of protein. But here's what makes spirulina truly remarkable. Your body can use up to 95% of its protein. Compare that to only 70% from eggs and even less from beans. For older adults whose digestion naturally slows down, that high bioavailability is absolutely crucial. Spirulina contains something called phycocyanin, the bright blue pigment that doubles as a powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compound. Studies show it can improve muscle endurance by as much as 20% while reducing the damage muscles take from daily activity. In simple terms, it helps your body use oxygen better and keeps your muscles from wearing down too quickly. It's also an excellent source of iron, about 11% of your daily needs in a single tablespoon. Unlike iron supplements that often cause stomach problems, spirulina's iron is bound to amino acids, making it gentle and highly absorbable. Low iron is a hidden cause of weakness and fatigue in seniors. Without enough, your muscles can't produce myoglobin, the protein that stores oxygen, and that leads to quicker exhaustion. Spirulina also contains GLA, or gamma-linolenic acid, a rare omega-6 fat that actually lowers inflammation instead of causing it. Research shows it can cut muscle stiffness and improve recovery by up to 30%. Let me share Dolores' story. Dolores is a 79-year-old retired seamstress from Phoenix who came to me complaining about heavy, sluggish legs and muscle cramps that woke her up at night. She'd tried various supplements, but nothing seemed to help. I suggested she start adding just 1 teaspoon of spirulina powder to her morning smoothie with banana and berries. Within 3 weeks, Dolores called me, amazed. Her legs didn't feel as heavy when climbing stairs. The nighttime cramps in her calves had become less frequent and less severe. That tiny teaspoon was giving her body essential minerals and improved blood flow she'd been missing. The amino acid profile in spirulina is another reason it's unmatched. It's loaded with leucine, isoleucine, and valine, the branched-chain amino acids essential for muscle repair. What's fascinating is that spirulina's ratios are nearly identical to human muscle tissue, which means your body can use them instantly without extra conversion. How do you use spirulina? Blend 1 teaspoon into smoothies with fruit to mask the earthy flavor. Stir it into juice or mix it with yogurt. Start small because the taste takes getting used to, but the benefits are worth it. The taste is mild, slightly earthy, similar to green tea, nothing like the fishy flavor people expect. Now we're halfway through our countdown, and if you're finding this information valuable, Do me a favor. Hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. We're about to reveal the top 3 muscle-building foods, and I promise you, number 1 will surprise you. Number 3, tempeh. You've probably heard of tofu, but tempeh is where soy really shines for muscle health. A single cup packs about 31 grams of protein, putting it on par with animal sources. But the secret isn't just the protein count, it's the fermentation process. Tempeh is made using natural fermentation with a beneficial mold culture. This process does something remarkable. It predigests the soy, making the protein easy for your body to absorb. In fact, fermentation can boost protein utilization by as much as 40% compared to unfermented soy. But tempeh offers something else critical for seniors: probiotics. Those beneficial bacteria don't just help with digestion, they directly influence how well your body absorbs and uses protein. A major study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with healthy, diverse gut bacteria held on to 18% more lean muscle mass over a year compared to those with poor gut health, even when their diets were similar. So tempeh isn't just feeding your muscles, it's giving your gut the tools to unlock that fuel. Fermentation also produces vitamin K2, especially the MK7 form, delivering around 30 micrograms per serving. K2 is crucial because it directs calcium into bones and muscles, keeping it away from arteries. That means stronger muscles, healthier bones, and better protection for your heart. Let me tell you about Walter, a 76-year-old retired mechanic from Cleveland. Walter had always been skeptical of anything that wasn't meat and potatoes. But when his joint pain became so severe that he could barely work in his garage anymore, he agreed to try something different. I suggested Walter replace his usual fried chicken twice a week with simple baked tempeh, seasoned with herbs he already had in his kitchen. Within 1 month, Walter noticed significantly less joint pain and had noticeably more energy for his morning walks. The clean protein and gentle anti-inflammatory effects worked in his favor without the heaviness or digestive issues that often come with heavy animal fats as we age. Beyond nutrition, tempeh wins when it comes to taste and texture. Unlike soft tofu, tempeh is firm, hearty, and satisfying, closer to meat in how it feels and cooks. It soaks up flavors beautifully. Crumble it into tacos, slice it for sandwiches, cube it for stews, or pan-fry it for stir-fries. The key is preparation. Slice it thin and pan-sear with a splash of tamari or apple cider vinegar. This brings out a rich, savory flavor without relying on sugar or heavy oils. But as impressive as tempeh is, number 2 takes us into a category that most seniors completely overlook. These tiny seeds pack nearly twice the protein of eggs, plus a mineral trio that directly prevents the weakness and cramping that plague so many older adults. Number 2, pumpkin seeds. With 19 grams of protein in every 100 grams, pumpkin seeds pack nearly twice the protein you'd get from the same amount of eggs. But it's not just about the protein. They come loaded with magnesium, iron, and zinc, 3 minerals that many older adults are deficient in, especially beyond age 60. Why are these minerals so critical? Magnesium supports proper muscle contractions and helps prevent cramping. Iron ensures your muscles get the oxygen they need to function and repair. Zinc helps rebuild muscle tissue and keeps your body's recovery systems running smoothly. Without enough of these nutrients, even a high-protein diet falls short because your body simply can't use the protein efficiently. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food revealed that eating pumpkin seeds daily helped cut muscle inflammation by up to 38% in older adults in just 12 weeks. That's not maintenance, that's actual reversal of the hidden chronic inflammation that breaks down muscle tissue over time. Pumpkin seeds are also a great source of tryptophan, about 600 milligrams per serving. Your body converts tryptophan into serotonin and then melatonin, both key for restful sleep. Better sleep means better recovery. Studies show that people who consume pumpkin seeds experience up to 30% improvements in sleep quality, often waking more refreshed without relying on sleeping pills. Let me share Leonard's story. Leonard is an 82-year-old retired postal worker from Milwaukee who struggled with painful muscle cramps, especially at night. These cramps would wake him up multiple times, leaving him exhausted the next day. I suggested he eat just a small handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds every afternoon as a snack. Within 3 weeks, Leonard's nighttime cramps decreased dramatically. His sleep improved, and he noticed his hands felt stronger when carrying groceries or working around his apartment. The magnesium in those seeds was exactly what his muscles needed to relax properly and recover overnight. To get the most from pumpkin seeds, stick to raw, unsalted varieties. That way, you avoid unnecessary sodium that can cancel out the benefits. Sprinkle them over Greek yogurt, toss a spoonful into your smoothie, add them to salads, or grind them into a creamy seed butter. Just a small handful a day can make a noticeable difference. Now, we've reached the moment you've been waiting for. Number 1 on this list is a food so nutrient-dense, so protein-packed, that when I first saw the research, I had to read it twice to believe it. This food delivers more protein per gram than almost anything else on Earth, and it's probably sitting in your grocery store right now, completely overlooked. Number 1, nutritional yeast. This is it, the champion. And here's why it deserves the top spot. Nutritional yeast delivers 45 to 50 grams of complete protein per 100 grams. That's the same as eating about 8 large eggs. But here's the kicker. Because it's made through fermentation, much of the protein is already partially broken down, almost like it's predigested. For older adults who often struggle with digestion, that means the amino acids go straight to your muscles without much effort from your gut. Nutritional yeast contains all 18 amino acids, including the 9 essentials your body can't make. It's especially rich in lysine, critical for collagen and calcium absorption, and tryptophan, which supports serotonin production to boost mood and improve sleep. But the benefits go far beyond protein. Nutritional yeast contains beta-glucans, powerful fibers that reduce inflammation and strengthen the immune system. For seniors, that means not just building muscle, but protecting it from being broken down by chronic inflammation. Most brands are fortified with vitamin B12, often providing over 1,000% of your daily needs in just 2 tablespoons. Along with B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, and folate, these B vitamins help turn the protein you eat into actual muscle tissue. B12 is especially critical since so many older adults are deficient, leading to weakness, fatigue, and even memory issues. And here's something remarkable. Nutritional yeast is a rare source of glutathione, the body's master antioxidant. After age 65, natural glutathione levels can drop by half, leaving muscles vulnerable to damage. Glutathione helps repair and protect tissues, speeding recovery, and keeping muscles resilient. Let me tell you about James, a 74-year-old from San Diego who came to me feeling utterly defeated. He'd been active his whole life, but suddenly, everything felt harder. Walking to his mailbox left him winded. Standing from his chair required using his arms to push himself up. He was terrified of losing his independence. I suggested one simple addition: 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast every morning sprinkled over his scrambled eggs. Yes, eggs with nutritional yeast, the perfect combination. Within 6 weeks, James reported something that brought tears to his eyes. He could stand up from his chair without using his hands. His morning walks didn't leave him gasping for air. He felt like he'd gotten a piece of himself back. That's the power of complete, highly bioavailable protein combined with immune support and cellular protection. The flavor is another bonus. Nutritional yeast has a nutty, cheesy taste that people call nature's cheese. Sprinkle it over popcorn, stir it into soups, mix it with mashed potatoes, add it to scrambled eggs, or use it to make dairy-free cheese sauce. Some people get hooked and start adding it to everything. 2 heaping tablespoons give you about 8 grams of protein, and you can use up to a quarter cup a day for 20 grams from this one source alone. This is why nutritional yeast is number 1. It's not just protein, it's muscle fuel, immune support, and cellular protection all in one. So there you have it, 7 foods that rebuild muscle faster and more effectively than eggs, even if you're in your 70s or 80s. Greek yogurt for overnight repair, hemp seeds for complete protein and reduced inflammation, cottage cheese for sustained muscle feeding, spirulina for bioavailable protein and endurance, tempeh for gut health and better absorption, pumpkin seeds for mineral support and recovery, and nutritional yeast, the champion that delivers it all. The science is clear. Muscle loss is not inevitable. What you choose to eat every single day can either speed up that decline or completely turn it around. These foods prove that you don't need expensive supplements, complicated meal plans, or prescription medications. You just need the right information and the willingness to make simple changes. Every single one of these foods costs less than a carton of eggs. Everyone is backed by published research, and everyone has helped real patients in my practice reclaim strength they thought was gone forever. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 foods are you going to try first? Drop a comment below. I read every single comment, and your experience might inspire another senior watching this video to finally make the change that transforms their life. If this video gave you valuable information you can actually use, please hit that like button. Share this video with a friend or family member who needs stronger legs and better balance. And make sure to subscribe to the channel for more evidence-based health strategies design